That's baby in the corner. What is up, everybody? I hope you are having a wonderful Monday night. We are ready for Chewin the BBQ Fat tonight. How are you all doing? We can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Man, Ellen and I have been doing baseball like you cannot imagine. We are at the ball field from
8 baseball games this weekend.
8 baseball games. Can't beat it. You got to love it. So we don't know what's going on with barbecue. No, it's all good. We're just kidding. We love barbecue. We've been keeping up with it. A lot of things are going on. And man, I'm so excited to see what happened. We got the man himself, Rod Gray, coming on tonight. It's going to be totally amazing. One of the world's largest contest is coming up a little over a month or around a month from now. And if you haven't signed up for that, you're going to hear details about it tonight. You're going to by the time the show is over tonight, you are going to have wanted to sign up for the KCBS Invitational World. It's going to be amazing. We're going to get into that in a second. My main man, Adam and Tanya Dawkins, they went down to somewhere in Georgia and just mopped up. We're going to get into a little bit of that. And I'm sure Ellen's here. So whenever Ellen's here, she loves talking about the barbecue store and everything else. So, but other than that, let's just get going. We are right into it. When you have somebody on the show, like the man Rod Gray himself coming on, you don't make Rod wait. So we're just going to get going. Rod, how are you doing, my man?
I'm great, guys. How are you?
Oh, we are just absolutely ecstatic to have you on. You have been a fan of or a friend of the show for a long time. Come on many times, and we sure do appreciate it.
I've been a fan of the show too, and of the Atlanta barbecue store.
Well, dude, we do appreciate it. We have been talking. I have a conversation a lot. People ask us all the time, rubs, sauces. And to this day, I tell people all the time that the number one rub I would recommend to anybody and everybody is Most Powerful Stuff. And that's you. You made that.
I appreciate that. Your check's in the mail. I appreciate that.
That's awesome.
That was important.
That's funny, yeah. And I know you got other things to talk about. And I know that we didn't even talk about this. How did you come up with some of these rubs?
Wait. I've got to talk about 8 baseball games in 7 days.
No.
Come on.
No. In 3 days, Rod.
In 3 days.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, my gosh.
We squeezed in 8 baseball games.
You guys know I was in competition barbecue for over 20 years. I saw people leave barbecue, get through those years, and come back afterwards. But they just totally ducked out while their kids were playing sports because they just couldn't do both.
No, it's hard. Like I'm telling you, we had 2 games Friday night, 6 and 8 o'clock Friday night. The next morning we were back up for the other kid playing 2 games. We had friends come wanting us to go watch a game, so we watched that game. Then Sunday, one of the other kids got to play. One of them got rained out, and we still got involved with 8 games.
Wow!
But we had 3 games on Saturday. Micah had 3 games on Sunday, so it was a busy weekend for sure. But man, I'm telling you, kids grow up fast. We're enjoying every minute we can with them, and we still love our barbecue community. Don't worry about it. We're not going anywhere.
Those days with the kids will be gone before you know it. So
right.
It up.
And
it's
happening for Cole's 13. And anyway, so real quick, how did you come up with some of these? Because you made a comment right before we came on the show. Rubs were designed from other people layering certain rubs, and then.
So what we were talking about is that people take these rubs. Let's just use my rub. Let's just use Zero to Hero, which is my number 1 seller. And people will use that as one of however many layers on a let's just say a slab of ribs, for example. But people don't know the lineage of these products. And where I really see it is in sauce. 5 or 6 people over the last 20 years will have done something in the realm of blues hog. It isn't blues hog, but it's in that realm. And then you see people mixing those sauces back together, and they're basically probably end up back near blues hog before it's over with. But rubs are the same way. A lot of rubs are created where I was using 2 or 3 products on my ribs and figured out I could formulate something that would be all in one bottle. And that's really what Zero to Hero is. Yet it gets used as one of 3 layers, and maybe the other 2 layers are people's rubs who've done the same thing. So sometimes knowing the lineage of the products, you might be able to simplify what you're doing and still achieve the success you're used to.
Well, while we have the guy that has the lineage himself, you just said zero to hero. We won't get into all of it. What is the lineage? What is there a backstory to zero to hero?
Well, I don't know anybody. I need to slow that down because it sounds like nobody. I don't know anybody who didn't start out using somebody else's products and then at some point say, hey, maybe I could make a run at doing my own stuff, but I still want a flavor profile that ends up like the group of products I was using. And so they buy a bunch of spices and they work and they work and they work and they end up with something all in one bottle. And a lot of people do that, I think. I don't know a lot of people who start out using their own made products right to start. So if you trace the lineage of a lot of products, I think you discover that a lot of products have come about based on the flavor profiles from mixing different parts of different things together. And I don't think that's a secret. I think everybody does it. Yeah.
I tell people all the time, and this is just my knowledge. I'm sure I'm off. I'm like, we probably carry about 8 different Cimarron Dock sweet rib rubs. And we carry about 8 different Smoking Gun hots.
Yeah.
Right. And like I said, I don't know if Cimarron Docks did the same thing with something. I don't know. That's before me, but that seems to be the ones that, Cimarron Dock, Smoking Guns Hot, Yardbird back in the day.
Now listen, you're talking about OG products there, and Larry Koch owned Cimarron Docks, and he had a gourmet version and a sweet version. And Larry's out of the business. Jeff Staney owns Cimarron Docks now, and I used those products a lot in my early days. And one time I asked Larry, I said, Larry, your gourmet rub tastes a lot like Head Country. Because I was young and didn't know that I shouldn't really ask him that. And his response was, try it. It's better. That's all he said.
Love it.
That's all he said to me. So, and I will tell you, Phil Hopkins, Smoking Guns Hot was a staple for me. And Smoking Guns Hot I know that Phil developed that on his own. He created it. He was bringing it to Fast Eddie to taste it. And he finally hit on something he really liked. And I don't know that was the hot version, but he hit on a base rub, and it was from scratch. Phil wasn't knocking off or mimicking anyone. He was working from scratch. Those 2 rubs you just named are seriously OG stuff.
They are, and I'm telling you,
I just put it on order today.
If you had to get 2 rubs, right? I mean, those rubs anyway. And I know that's not why you're here, Rod. I apologize for going off on that, but I'm telling you what, we have something really important coming up in the next month or so, don't we?
I like to think so. I like to think it's really important. It's the 6th annual KCBS World Invitational Championship. It's the weekend of Memorial Day, May 24th through 26th. It's in Lebanon, Tennessee. Registration ends tomorrow night. I'm going to say at midnight. We're going to go home at 5 o'clock tomorrow, but we said registration ends on the 23rd. So I guess it's going to end at midnight tomorrow. We'll come in Wednesday morning, and hopefully the dust will have settled and we'll be done. Just so you know, we're setting at 133 teams, which is the biggest in the 3 years I've been a part of it. It was 126 in Gadsden, Alabama. It was 110 in Mayetta, Kansas, and now it's at 133 as of right this minute. I checked this before we went live. And, I don't have a goal. I'm happy with that number. I'm looking forward to doing it. The facility is amazing. I saw it last October and signed on, and then I went down in March and saw it with a big contest. I think Jason and Eric had 140 teams that weekend. So I've seen it with that many people. It could grow. It could be much bigger, but I don't see why we'd want to do that. I'm happy. It's a great weekend. Everybody can travel home on Monday and not have to worry about missing a day of work that day. So we're excited about it. I do want to say a couple of things. One, the goal is to have it at the same location on the same weekend in 2025. So when I got to KCBS, one of the things that I was tasked with was making the World Invitational the 5th major in the country. And to do that, I said to myself, it needs tradition and it needs to be consistent. And I know we've moved it around, and I'm not going to tell you we may never move it around again, but the goal is to have it there in Lebanon next year as well. So that's one thing. I do want to, while we're talking about it, I'm sorry to use your guys' platform for a couple of announcements, but we're gonna rent porta pots to the teams, porta johns, if they want them. Although I will tell you that at the March contest, some people who had never been rented them, and then to Jason said, that was really, we didn't need that. There's lots of great indoor restrooms and there's some showers there on the fairgrounds, but we are going to rent porta johns, and we're also going to have available. We're going to refer you if you want to rent a golf cart for the weekend. There's some folks right there in Lebanon who we're going to rent our golf carts from for ice delivery and for all the stuff we do, and they're willing to rent golf carts to the teams if they want to have one for a weekend. Which it's a doubleheader, so it's the big open with over 100 teams in it, and then turn around and do the 2 invitationals on Sunday, which is setting it above 70 in the Masters and above 40 in the backyard. So lots of teams coming.
So that
we're
was
going to
my
have
question.
Chip Chapman.
It is pro and backyard.
Yeah, Sunday. So the open is everybody who wants to enter it. And before I got to KCBS, they made the rule that if you're a backyard team and you win the open, it will not affect your status as a backyard team. So why not compete in the open? And then the next day, it's the Masters Invitational and the Backyard Invitational. They turn in about the same time. Over $70,000 in total prize purse at this event. And I think this is a blast. But Chip Chapman, the meteorologist from Chattanooga who does the awards at the Jack, is going to come be our MC both days. So that should be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
This place has an amazing pavilion. So it's an open air, but has a roof on it, big concrete slab and a stage at one end for the awards. It just seems like a perfect setting for a really great barbecue contest this year.
It's a great location. Facilities are top notch. Is Jason having anything to do with it, or is he just going to be there cooking it?
No, so Jason and Eric both. Jason and Eric have been a huge help all along the way. They're going to help me place teams, but Jason is competing in it and Eric is judging it both days. So we'll kind of lose them on Saturday and Sunday, but they've been such a great help all along the way. And we've got a good group of folks who have agreed to volunteer down there. And by the way, I said something, but we're going to have ice for sale at our cost. So you don't have to look for ice on a warm weekend, on Memorial Day weekend. So yeah, they'll be there, but they'll be duking it out with other 132 teams, and Eric will be in there judging both days.
Rod, we're going to get that to 150 by the time this show's over, y'all. Now, if you have not signed up, this is Blaine Hunter. Get out of retirement, go cook it. What are you talking about retirement? You need to be out there cooking it. Rod wants to see you. Come on out there. Jordan, hope you're doing well. Hoping the baby's doing well. Looks like you're going to be out there. I can't wait to see it, hear about it, see it. It's going to be an awesome time, an awesome show. But man, that is going to be so cool. Rod, how can people sign up for the contest?
So it's on the KCBS website. When you go out, just like you search for any other contest, you'll find it, and there'll be a link there. Once you sign in on the website, you can sign up for the event. And I'm not looking to break records in terms of teams this year. The place will hold a ton of teams. I'm happy where we are. I'm happy to take whoever else wants to come cook it. We're just looking to have a really great event over a couple of days at a really great location.
Yeah, there's some good food. There's good food around there. It's easy access to everything. Yeah. It's really good. Lincoln Andrews, can anyone cook in the open?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
The open is just that. It's an open contest. And also, and I know this doesn't matter to everybody, but last year at Mayetta, we were, the judging was outside. We had a concrete slab. We put a big tent over it, open sides. It was hotter than hot out there in August in Kansas. All the judging is climate controlled. The East-West building and the education building are all air conditioned, indoor restrooms. So it's a better facility for judging as well. We had someone get a little too hot in judging one of the days last year. So this will alleviate any of those kind of concerns. And we've got close parking for folks that need to be close. And we're going to shuttle some judges back and forth that have to park a little bit away. It's a perfect venue. And I hope we can live up to the standards of the contest, Smoke on the Shores that goes on there.
Right, the perfect venue. The perfect venue is the coming fairgrounds in Georgia for the Atlanta Barbecue Store Classic. But anyway, but other than that, if you can't come to that one, you're for sure 100% right. You're
Yeah.
right. That,
Yeah. Second best place for a barbecue contest, Lebanon, Tennessee. Second
I
best.
love it.
Absolutely.
That's great. So if you're a judge, we're a fan of judges on this show too. If you're a judge and is it too late to get signed up, or can they still sign up too?
It's not. But let me say this, because it's KCBS's own contest, the goal on Sunday is all master judges, all J Cup certified. The goal on Saturday, I'd love to have all masters and J Cup, but I think that's a little lofty goal. We do want everybody to be obviously a CBJ, and they all need to be J Cup certified. So if you want to come judge it, you're not J Cup certified. I took the J Cup myself. I am a CBJ. It takes about an hour. It's in 8-minute modules. You don't have to do them all in one setting, but you can jump on there and take the J Cup. It automatically updates your status on the website, so we know, and come out and judge some really great barbecue on a really great weekend.
I love it. Rod, thank you so much for taking time out of your way tonight. Come on our show, push it. I didn't mean to get into all the rubs and everything else, but thank you for being who you are.
Brian, you get me talking about rubs and sauces, and you might not get me to stop. I know where some of the bodies are buried. I know I have, 24 years in this, and I remember the old days. So, and
well,
Ellen, I know you didn't have much to say yet, but great to see you.
I'm going to have you come on, and we're going to talk rubs and sauces, and not going to talk Casey. You're not going to be CEO Rod. You're going to be you, Rod Gray.
Hard to change hats, but I'd love to do it. I'd love to, because I remember it's old days to me. I mean, I know there are guys out there still doing it that have done it longer than me, but it's the old days. 2001, 2002, 2003, the old days.
Man, I'll tell you what, good times. Rod, you're the man. Thank you for everything you're doing for barbecue as a whole. Continue doing a great job. You're always welcome on the show. Thanks for everything, bud.
Thank you both for having me on. Great to see you both.
You
Good
too.
to see you too.
Man, well, have a great night. All right, guys. Rod Gray. Ellen, I tell you what, he has been so good to us.
Yes.
Atlanta Barbecue Store. He's a great guy. I love everything he's doing. Proud of. I mean, so cool. Y'all sign up for that. Sign up for the invitational. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be a great time.
I wish we could go.
I wish we could go. Golly. Guess what we have?
Well, like he said,
baseball.
These days
they'll come in and we'll come back out there. We'll be out there cooking with y'all again soon. I promise.
We're going to go on a run.
Yeah.
Team of the year.
Yeah. There you go. Boom. It's going to be amazing. And I tell you what, it's going to be awesome. And by that point in time, this could be our teammates right here. Bad Rooster. You never know. Speaking of coming together and making everything happen, we got oh, that didn't work. Let's go back out here. There we go. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Thank you for waiting in the background, guys. We got the Bad Roosters themselves here tonight. I tell you what, Tanya and Adam Dawkins just doing amazing things. What did y'all think about that right there, that KCBS Invitational?
It's going to be a good time.
Y'all cooking it?
Yes. Perfect location. We went to Smoke on the Shores there. It's awesome. It's perfect.
It's going to be a great time. Well, let's not this. Hey, throwing around this perfect
It's Cummings though. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, if you want a top knot legit contest, you got to sign up for the ABS Classic.
That's
Bill
right.
Purvis, you're signed up for Lebanon. Come on over to the real major. We're going to say ours is the #1 major. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, Carrie, we're going to get into that. Bill, love it. Come on over and cook our contest. Love to have you back over here. Thanks for being on the show last night. If you don't have anything to do tomorrow night on YouTube, Shiggin Fried with Bill and Wes and LC and all those guys, it's going to be a great time. Is Bad Rooster doing the show by candlelight? Man, I'm telling you what, these two, they're having a date night tonight. We interrupted date night.
What's for dinner?
What's for dinner? Steak cook.
Still a little candlelight.
Yeah. We cooked steaks at the fire department. I just got home.
Oh.
Adam, I'm telling y'all, Adam is the guy that he's doing everything. And then he goes to firehouse on Monday nights, cooks dinner for the whole county, and then comes home and does a show with us to talk about what an incredible weekend he had.
We must pay him good.
Y'all do?
Hey, look, after this weekend, they ain't got to get paid from nobody. Let's get into this real quick before we get going. What in the world did y'all do this weekend?
Well, we waited to the last minute, and we had seen this post on Facebook about a non-sanctioned contest in Woodbury, Georgia, and we waited because we thought we were selling chickens. Well, we ended up selling half our chickens, and I'm like, well, let's just sign up last minute and go because I heard it's a really high-paying contest. I said, and we don't chase points because we don't cook enough. I'm like, so hey, why not? We don't care if it's sanctioned or not. It's paying out. Total was like almost $10,000. I'm like, let's go to that. So we did last minute.
Why was it non-sanctioned?
The person that put it on owns the Doodlum's Barbecue and Fruit Stand restaurant in Woodbury, Georgia. And he wanted to have an even playing field where it could be backyard or pro. And he wanted to supply all the meats. And so that's what he did. And, we had to cook whatever meats he gave us. And then we had to cook his timeline he gave us. So that kind of threw us for a loop there on that timeline.
Besides chicken, you could bring your chicken because he didn't know if you cook legs or you cook thighs or you cook wings or whatever. It's the only meat you could bring.
Now, I'm saying y'all all know we're huge KCBS fans on Chewin the BBQ Fat, Atlanta Barbecue Store. We're big fans of KCBS. Feel like it's the greatest, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I do believe you're starting to see more and more unsanctioned barbecue events coming in. And that is something that you're seeing. I mean, how often do you see a $5,000 grand, $2,500 reserve, paying top 10, top 15, something along those lines?
And give you the meat.
And give you
the meat and it was a free entry just about. And what was it? $400?
$400.
I mean, $400 for entry fee with all your meat and that kind of what you're going for, man, that's hard to beat. And people start putting on those kind of contests all over the place. That's going to be, you're going to see a lot of that, right? I mean,
yeah, this.
And they even fed us supper on Friday night at his restaurant. They cooked like 75 hamburger steaks and salad and everything at his restaurant and give you the meat at his restaurant. You got to go back. It wasn't nobody go choose. He just handed it to you as you went out the door.
Yeah, it was just luck of the draw.
You
get what you get. And
it was a fun time.
Yeah.
Now, there was teams from Texas and all over, right?
Yeah, 3 teams from Texas.
Alabama,
Panama City, Florida. There was teams from all over, like where I guess they personally knew the organizer that was putting it on. And, that's how they knew about the contest. Because then other people saw the payouts and they were like, how'd y'all find out about this contest? Because, like you said, you don't usually see that.
No, that's awesome. Now, what I thought was awesome, what they did, and it's a really cool thing. Talk about chicken. Talk about the chicken category they had here at this contest.
Yeah, they had what they called it a backyard contest. So if you didn't want to enter the other 3 meat contests, you could just pay $75 and enter what they called the chicken contest. And the chicken contest was however many people entered was going to be a winner take all. They didn't pay out any other places. It was just winner take all based on how many people entered. And however many people you had on your team, you could enter that many times. So like you could have Smoking Wizard 1, Smoking Wizard 2, Smoking Wizard 3, however many people, Bad Rooster 1, Bad Rooster 2. So you could enter as many times as you wanted to pay $75. So I can't remember how many it ended up being, but the total prize was $1,725 for the winner take all for chicken. And what got everybody off their game for chicken was it turned in after ribs. So
that's awesome. That's what I want to get into, right? Like
to getting everything done for chicken first because it's a process. And when we had to get it done right after in a 30-minute window of ribs, we were off our game, boy.
I'm sure you were, right? Like
pan completely up, couldn't even use them. We had 6 pieces to use, and that's all we could use. I'm like, it was good though.
I mean, that is so cool. But see, that's the kind of things I love, right? Like I'm loving seeing all this new stuff going on and teams coming in there, getting involved in it. You're not going to quit cooking KCBS because of this, right? It was just something fun to do. Or you're not going to quit cooking GBA, or you're not going to stop cooking SCBAs or CBAs or BCAs or blah, 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 blah. Whatever you're involved in doesn't stop you, right? Like, I mean, we had Jason Singletary came on the show the other day and he cooked one of SBN or one of those
South Carolina Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, and it's so cool, and he had a blast. Did y'all have a good time at this contest?
It was a wonderful time.
And it was beautiful. It was right there on the lake. You had the perfect view of Lake Meriwether, and it was right there on the lake. It was a beautiful place. The campground at Lake Meriwether actually gave Doodlem, who put it on, the whole park for the contest. And, we had the whole campground, and they gave the whole campground to the contest. So you had plenty of power. I mean, it was really nice.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So you won chicken, and it was a winner take all.
Yeah,
cool.
that was one of them ones when they start calling 10 down, you want to get that call. I didn't want to get that call. I'm like, don't call me. Don't call me. Don't call me. But then when it got
exactly, that's like,
oh God, it was really that bad. It was really that bad.
If you don't get first, you might as well get last, right? Like, who cares? So what'd you do? What was your chicken like?
Like I said, we totally burned up one whole pan. They were split to heck and back, and they didn't even get done, and they had no skins left on them. So we had 6 small ones that were left. And then, of course, I did wings. I always do wings, and they were great. And so that's what we had in our box was wings and thighs, 6 that were left. And we just did our normal KCBS, flavors and chicken that we do. We didn't change anything.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Ellen is very jealous that you get to go do that. So she has a couple questions she wants to ask you, Tanya, about this weekend.
What?
I miss Ellen.
Hey. Okay, so ribs was first, and then chicken, and then what?
Then pork, then brisket.
Okay, so everything was the same except flip-flopped the chicken and the ribs.
Yeah.
That's right, James.
And how many teams did you say were there?
Do what?
How many teams were there?
26.
26.
26.
And we had cooked baby back ribs. So it was baby back ribs, not St. Louis. So we were doing baby back ribs, and then we did a choice brisket.
And 2 butts.
And 2 butts.
And this doesn't qualify you for anything. Like, it just is bragging rights and the title.
It doesn't qualify anything, but Adam, I was talking to Adam this morning. He got done messing with the chickens. He's like, well, the Brinks truck is here. I got to go deposit $7,000 worth of money for a win this weekend. I mean, not only did they win the contest, they won the winner take all. I bet there were some happy people down there, huh?
Yeah. Because, I mean, they had 3 big payouts. It was the chicken, the reserve, and the grand. And when we took 2 of them, some people weren't too happy.
Oh.
So Carrie said little bitty baby backs, 2.5 pounds. I don't know much about cooking baby backs. I've been to the Memphis in May where baby backs seem to be the way. Carrie, how did y'all cook how did you turn in your baby backs? Did you do the Hollywood style where you turn in a bunch of rows of 3, or did you just cut them up in single individuals?
In the box.
Yeah, we just cut them up normal and put 5 and 5 so they wouldn't fall over like this. Because there's no making them pretty without having them completely in there.
We didn't have a bandsaw to cut them down to 2 3/4 inches neither. So.
There is some truth to that. That's awesome. So what flavor profile did you run?
Same KCBS flavor profile on everything but pork.
What do we do with pork? Oh, got a little bit of information coming out right there. So what would be a little bit of a change?
KCBS loves a really sweet pork, and we don't do it quite so sweet when we do GBAs or non-sanctioned events like that. We try not to do it just quite. No, so we try to leave a little bit of your maple syrup off.
So instead of using a half a gallon maple syrup, you're only using a quarter gallon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense.
So what you gonna spend your winnings on?
Get back in the black for the year.
Yeah.
Listen to these guys. I mean, these guys are winning every time they're doing something. They're having a ball. Now they did decide to take their RV off-roading apparently when they got back. Where'd y'all get back from? Lebanon?
Lebanon.
Yeah. They went off-road and tried to bust up everything. Apparently,
$4 grand.
Yeah, 4 of it. 4 grand.
This money's going to the repairs, like
Yep.
the debt you've incurred. Okay,
Oh,
accrued.
Well, see, Adam, the problem I'm hearing is Ellen and Tanya talked, and they're trying to get all these vacations going and everything that we're trying to do. And
Cruise.
We're gonna have
I mean, I don't know what is
barbecue
going on.
cruise 2025. We just need somebody to plan it. And like anybody that's barbecue, let's jump on.
I think we can throw Hannah. I think we can get Hannah Garrett on top of that.
Oh yes.
Jump on a cruise ship. Everybody get whatever room you want, and we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Heard it here first on Chewin the BBQ Fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah.
So,
It'd be.
What do y'all have going on next?
Calhoun.
Yeah, we're leaving. We have a busy next 8 weeks coming up.
Yeah,
we're leaving for Calhoun this week on Thursday, and then we've got a double in Kannapolis at Jiggy the next weekend, and then we're taking one off, and then we're going to Memphis in May for a week, and then we're coming straight back from it and going to the Invitational and doing the double there, and then straight after that going to Honeybee and doing the Honeybee in Georgia. So it's going to be 1 weekend off, and then the rest is going to be super busy.
Wow.
Sounds like travel baseball to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, we're selling some of our chickens, so I'm going to be off work for 7 weeks during that time. So technically, I'll only have 1 weekend off that doesn't have barbecue, but we love it, so it makes it all right.
Speaking of Calhoun, there is delivery to Calhoun. Put in Calhoun for your discount code for delivery.
That's
I might
this
have
weekend?
to. Yeah.
When is the cutoff?
Tomorrow night at midnight. We've
Tomorrow
had
night
to
at
switch
midnight.
the delivery due date to midnight on Tuesdays because I got to get it to people on Wednesdays.
We are doing whole hog for Memphis in May. Somebody asked.
Wow.
There you
There's
go. Where
a
did you see that at?
Mississippi contest.
Teaming up with King's Barbecue and Off the Chain, and we're cooking it together for Memphis.
Charles, are you going to be at? Charles is probably going to be at Memphis in May. I want to say he goes and cooks. Either he does himself or he goes and cooks with somebody.
Matt, you don't want all of our kids running around the cruise ship?
I'm telling you what. Hey, that's what's so great about cruises. You can either be with the kids, not with the kids, take them, don't take them, whatever. The cruise of 2025 is going to be a blast. We're going to have a great time. I don't know what we're going, what we're doing, but whatever. It's gonna happen.
Barbecue teams.
Do what?
Just make the whole cruise ship will be all barbecue teams.
Yeah. Yes.
They'll be like,
Matt'll
what
be there.
is going on?
Can I cook this year? The KCBS. Oh, okay. Gotcha. The next week. So, okay. Well, so Charles, these guys right here are dedicated. They're going to go cook both of them. That's all right. All right.
How many teams are cooking Calhoun?
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't seen a list.
I haven't seen a list.
Okay.
I'm hoping at least 25.
Is that pro and backyard or just pro?
It's a
I
pro
think
and backyard.
Yeah, it does have both.
Backyard's on the other side of the railroad tracks.
Yeah, it does have both. But I haven't heard how many teams either, so I'm hoping there's at least 25.
Okay. I'm sure.
That was actually our very first contest was Calhoun that we did a pro contest because that was our second contest, and they called and asked us, will we do pro instead of backyard because they didn't have enough teams if they paid the rest of the money. And I said, we don't even have a brisket and have never even cooked one, but yes, we'll do it. And we got 2 calls at that very first contest.
That is awesome.
We never did backyard again after that.
Little Gringo, that isn't happened yet, but I'm telling you what, that's giving me an idea. There's nothing being said, but that's a good idea, honey. We need to see if we can't find somebody in the cruise world or in the travel agency world and see if we can't get something like that donated.
Yeah.
You know,
that'd be fun.
that could be fun for either People's Choice or something. Anyway, something that's going to be awesome. We won a trip to Aruba, and that was one of the coolest things that happened. That was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Awesome.
Right
That
before
is-
COVID, we went on that.
Yeah, we came back
trip,
and
and
people were
then
talking
the
about
world
COVID.
stopped.
Yeah, it was crazy. So, Adam, brisket.
Yeah.
They've been talking brisket. How'd you do in brisket at this contest?
I got third.
Wow. What was the major change?
I don't think I pushed it as far.
Oh, you didn't have to go there. Okay, that's cool. That's interesting. Do you think it had anything to do with being a choice compared to a Wagyu or what?
Honestly, I thought it would finish like 5 or 6 degrees before the Wagyu, but actually it was right there close. Because I cooked it hot and fast, just like I do a Wagyu.
What do you cook on?
Gateway drums, and you can get them from Atlanta barbecue store sometimes.
No, all the time. All the time.
All the time. You can't get them used.
Wait list right now.
Yeah.
Can't get them used because you can't cook enough.
I
But
made,
we're still trying to get on that sponsorship where we just use new drums every contest, like, somebody
just-
I'm not naming, and we just get to sell them in our contest. We don't have to clean drums anymore.
I mean, that is not a bad idea. I mean, we're in talks. Adam's already come up with his proposal, and we've been talking
just give
about
me a Venmo account, and I just tell them to Venmo you, and I ain't.
that. Exactly. Got to make sure they go.
We'll just sell
No, it has been
contest.
it has been so funny. And Adam and I we talk about it every morning. It's awesome. We've had this conversation. Yes, we do sell drums. You can buy new drums. You do not have to buy a used drum. We do sell them new. We do have the go-to drums in stock if anybody needs a go-to drum. Those things are awesome. Adam, I know you're a fan of the go-tos, right?
I've cooked pork. I've cooked second place steak on one in Florida.
Explain to everybody what a go-to drum is, since you're a master of all of them.
It's basically like a spinoff of the 30-gallon, but it's a lot shorter, and you can cook anything from ribs to. You can probably cook 3 racks of ribs. You can cook pork on it. I cook pork on it in Florida too, and you can go hot and fast. You can go low and slow with a diffuser.
Yeah, and I know people cooking briskets on them.
Yeah, Glamping Grill brisket on it every weekend, and he does great with it.
There you go. I didn't say it. Adam said it. So that's awesome.
Is the airflow different?
No, I mean, I don't think so. It may run a little hotter, but with a diffuser, you don't have to worry about it. I mean, just put your water pan in it and go.
That's great.
There you go.
I have no clue what Joelle is talking about, and I would
Joelle
love
is
to know.
talking about that the Uncle Sam has found, I guess, the winnings and is starting to tax people.
Oh, okay.
I think is that what y'all gathered?
I hadn't read them.
Okay, because she said something about
All I can see is the comments. I can't see what it is going to. So sorry about
not
that.
happy our tax sellers are finding this.
Funding this. I don't know what
Finding this.
No, which she
Oh,
said funding.
funding this.
I don't know what it's funding. I hate it too. I'm with you, Joelle. Screw the tax money going places. It's all about politics. I get it. I don't know what's happening.
Maybe
it's an election year this year. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Sure do wish I could know. If anybody's watching that'd be cool to let me know. Smoke Slam is the other this year. Let's go. No, City of Memphis paid for the company that is now. Oh, we're back on the Smoke Slam thing.
Oh.
Okay, great. All right. Don't know where I missed that at. But you got Memphis in May and Smoke Slam happening. It's going to be crazy. 15,000 to first category and 50,000 to GC. There you go. It's awesome. Can't wait to talk about that next Monday. That's going to be a fun weekend. We got Memphis in May winner and a $50,000 winner. It's going to be too cool.
How much is the payout for Memphis in May?
Was it grand's 25 usually or something?
Something like it's pretty big.
There's a lot of money in Memphis that weekend.
Well, if you've been to Memphis, you know it's a very high end place. Joelle will tell you.
The other one, but they made sure that when they put on the other one, I mean, it's paying out. That's the reason they did it. It's paying out more in Memphis than May pays out.
11 and 50, 25 for grand. It's really, I mean, you know what? Good. I'm not good for the fine citizens of Memphis that have to fund it, but you know what? I mean, good for barbecue that there's things going on and something to talk about and everything else. 100% I am. Oh man, I miss David and Joelle. Don't y'all? We had a great time hanging out with them. They're awesome people. Maybe we'll get to see them again soon. Who knows? Maybe on that cruise. But anyway, so Adam, Tanya, what else has been going on? And what is there some other things that you want to talk about? Only one of those Memphis contests is a world championship. Speaking of world championships, if you want to cook a world championship, November 15th and 16th in Cumming, Georgia, the Atlanta Barbecue Store Classic will be there. I've proclaimed it as a world championship here tonight.
You plugged it 4 times tonight.
Yeah, we need some more people to sign up.
We do.
I'd like for that thing to get over 100. We're pushing it. I'd like for it to go ahead and get to that over 100.
How many are you at now?
We're pushing 100. I don't know exactly the number, but we're getting up there.
How many do we have now?
I don't know. I didn't look at it.
I looked at the list in a few weeks, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're in the 80s, something like that, I think.
What?
But that's correct. With the 65,000, we can buy a world championship. Is there a senior discount for AV? Listen to this guy's like I think he almost. I mean, killing it. Senior discount. I got a discount for you, Bob. Sure do. Boo up, Paul. Boo up. You're a man. Many Memphis and May teams are also doing smoke slams, so that's okay.
Well, it said there's a lot more. Like there's only 24 whole hogs at Memphis and May, but 27. But how many is at Smoke Slam?
I hadn't heard.
I think it was like 40, maybe.
Send them over there, right?
Yeah, there's more whole hog cooks going to be at Smoke Slam than they are at Memphis.
Yeah, 2 teams. Oh, so you can cook both. That's cool.
Huh.
So Brian, you gonna go?
Y'all got like 48 people on your team, so y'all could probably like split up and go.
Yeah, let's just go.
Yeah.
That'd be an exhausting weekend.
Yes, it would be.
So Brian, you gonna come cook Smoke Slam, and we'll stay at the other one?
Well, who's going to help me? I don't know what I'm doing.
Ellen, Robert, get
Yeah,
Robert.
We'll wing it.
Well, wing. That's what we do. It's what we do every weekend when we cook. We just wing it. That's our goal. No agenda. Some teams are doing both. Clears throat, Mr. Oh well. Anyway, I don't want to get into all that kind of stuff. That's cool. But yeah, Memphis in May is going to be awesome. As Charles said, it is the World Championship that weekend. It's going to be too cool. Can't wait to see what happens. What is going to be what's going to be something that nobody knows about a whole hog that y'all are going to introduce to the world in whole hogs at Memphis in May? Tanya, I know you like giving out the secrets. Adam doesn't.
No, I'm not giving any secrets on the whole hog.
Ask me that when we get
Yeah,
back.
let's see how we do. We've only cooked one time with another team to do whole hog, but we got 4th there, and that was our first whole hog we ever did. So it's only
you got more. You got more to help too.
we've ever done. So it's going to be interesting.
Huh. Well, we wish you the best of luck.
James, we wing it every time we do anything. It's kind of our it's kind of who we are. What
I'm
we
a
do.
black suburban mom.
When we actually do better, when we go to a contest and we're like, we're going to have a good time, we're going to see our friends, we're going to see other barbecue family, and then we got to argue a little bit or we don't do good, that's when we do better, is when we're just going to have a good time and not, stressing about we've got to win. We everybody knows you're not doing this for the money most of the time, because, if you are, you're in the wrong field if you're doing it for the money, because most of the time, even if you win, you didn't win enough to pay for your expenses to get there and for the meat. We're doing it because we enjoy it, and we enjoy going to see the same people we get to see at the contest. And
Now, I'm excited about the Royal. The Royal's gonna be something special for us this year.
That's right.
It's gonna be awesome. We got that. You're looking at us. Here we are.
Together.
The team. Need y'all not to win, so we can stay together doing this. Or you can win, whatever. It's all good.
Hey, we already decided that no matter what streak, if we got on a streak, we're still coming. We're gonna cook under the Atlanta barbecue store. That's what we're doing.
It's gonna be awesome. Cannot wait. It's gonna
We're
be so much
flying
fun.
in and we're gonna cook with y'all. That's the plan.
It's gonna be so much fun. Can't wait. Thursday night at the Royal. Yeah, you should have known that. Ellen doesn't know what we are doing from day to day. I don't know what we're doing from day to day, but anyway,
We're gonna have a good time.
we're gonna have a great time. It's gonna be so much fun. All right, it has been late, and I know Adam's asleep right there. Look at him; he's like, "Hello, are we done?" You told me 15 minutes. It's cool, but
You told me 30, so
I'm telling you what, it was a great conversation with Rod. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't mean to get into the rub conversation with him, but it was interesting. And I'm telling you, that is so true. I laugh all the time. And Adam, we talk about this a good bit, right? Like all these rubs that you're coming out, if it's a rub out there, it's probably somebody has been cooking it and they've layered up rubs and they figured out what they're doing, or they're figuring out what this happened or what this happened, and they made it together and they combined stuff. So now we got a new rub. Now, and then there's people like me, like, hey, this rub is really good. It's a really sweet rub. Or, hey, this one's a little bit more savory. This one's a little bit more peppery. Now all of a sudden that becomes integrated into one of the rubs that they use instead of the rub to use. And it's just funny how we were talking about it, and Zero to Hero is a rub that you can use by yourself. Don't need to do anything else with it. But people like me are like, nope, that's just one of the layers that I use. And, it's kind of funny. It's just funny how this whole thing works out. But y'all don't layer rubs, do you?
Yeah.
I even layer my chicken.
That's awesome. Well, Tanya, is there anything else you want to talk about tonight?
So,
No.
just ready to go cook again and see everybody mainly.
That would be fun. One day we get to cook again.
Well, we'll be in Calhoun. Just stop on by on your way back from Alabama.
Yeah, we're headed to Birmingham, Alabama, to Hoover, to go cook baseball or play baseball this weekend.
We're taking
the RV, so it's going to be like we're cooking a contest.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Hey, you could for 10 years at a contest and turn in all 4 categories.
I mean, we might as well just practice, you know. So
We have a lot
anyway,
of taste testers.
Yeah.
it'd be awesome.
If you probably get rid of it.
They'll be our judges.
That's great, guys. Thank you. How can people get in touch with you if they want to? What's your TikTok, Tanya? Do y'all have a TikTok?
TikTok.
No, I mean we actually do, but I don't hardly ever get on TikTok. But we're always on Facebook under Adam and Tanya Dawkins or Bad Rooster Barbecue. That's the best way to get in touch with us is on Facebook or Instagram, same account.
That's incredible. You guys rock. Had a
Good luck
wonderful
in Calhoun.
time.
Yeah.
Good job feeding everybody. Y'all go get them in Calhoun. Make sure you tell all of our buddies hello. Say hello to us for us. Y'all be good. Make sure you take care of Robert. Robert and Lex are going to be cooking. He's struggling right now. He's on the struggle bus having to.
He done text me today. I know. He's struggling.
He's like, what do I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm having to trim meat for a contest. It's unbelievable. Y'all watch out. He's going to be coming out on fire.
That's
But
right.
anyway,
He always does.
always does. And he's got Lex there just to let's go. She runs that show. I love it. Y'all have a great night. Thank you, everybody, for all you do for barbecue. And we will see you next Monday on Chewin the BBQ Fat. Have a great night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.